Welcome to Some Say I'm Gifted, where we teach you the magic of walking in your spiritual gifts and how it can help you navigate this crazy life, and helping you understand that even though we're in this world, we are not of it. So take a deep breath, relax your shoulders, and let's get real.
Hey y'all, how you doing? How's everybody doing this morning? This is Tess from Some Say I'm Gifted. What about you two beautiful ladies, Morgan and Danielle? How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, doing pretty good.
Doing great. Happy to be here.
Yeah, it's kind of cold. It was real hot yesterday.
That's true. It is a little chilly.
So we had a question on another episode. I don't know when it covered, because we do episodes when we feel like it. But it was, what was your favorite chain non-fast food restaurant? What's your favorite fast food restaurant?
Wendy's chicken nuggets are my absolute favorite. So I got to give it to Wendy's and their 4 for $4 combo.
I love their chicken nuggets with barbecue sauce. That's the shit right there. Pardon my language. But yeah, it's amazing.
Yes. Yeah.
I have, since moving to the South, become a big Chick-fil-A person, but I gotta give it to my ghetto Arby's. Even though they are outrageously expensive, I love the Reuben from Arby's.
That must be the German in you.
Oh yeah, it's
Because
the
you're a
German,
German girl.
and I love all the meats.
All the meats.
All the
Yes,
meats.
she has the meats. For me, In-N-Out. I love In-N-Out. Well, I mean, that's the West Coast thing, but we just found out recently we're going to be getting some in Johnson City.
That's awesome.
Yeah. My son is so excited. He's like, I can finally have a double-double. I'm like, I don't think you should brag about that, but it's 4 patties. So, yeah.
I've never had it before, but
Oh,
I've
it's so
heard
good.
amazing things.
It's really, really good. So, and we have a fast food place called Pal's, and it's pretty top tier. So those are my, but we don't, I love Wendy's, Chick-fil-A is great, Arby's. I mean, I don't really eat fast food that often though, believe it or not. So, all right. So Feeling the Vibe is the name of today's podcast. And there's a reason we want to talk about feeling the vibe, because it's so important. Why is it important? Because what we surround ourselves with is what we feel. If we surround ourselves with chaos, even uncontrollable chaos, and we don't take a moment of peace for ourselves, we can become that. Correct, ladies? Mm-hmm. So Morgan and I had a conversation about gifted people, empathic people going to festivals. Do you, Danielle, like going to festivals?
I've never actually been to a true festival
What?
before.
Ooh.
I know. I've never been to a festival. I've been to a lot of concerts, but not a lot
It's a very similar vibe.
Okay. I enjoy going to concerts and listening to the music with other people that genuinely enjoy the same music that is being played.
Okay. Morgan, I know you
Yes,
are
I
into
love festivals. I haven't gotten to go to a lot of different festivals. The only festivals I've been to have been like metal and heavy rock type of festivals. But also part of that is like I've gone to a lot of conventions for like gaming stuff. And that kind of is in the same vein of what we're going to talk about today.
Yeah. So it's not just concerts. It's conventions. Even though, I started out in the paranormal, really, that's kind of what pushed me forward. But I love the idea of like-minded people being together, regardless. Now, here's a funny thought. Isn't that what church is supposed to be?
Ooh. Technically.
Like-minded people conjugating together.
Yes. Yeah, congregating. Yeah,
I said conjugating, didn't I? That's a much different meaning.
But
yes.
We're
so when you get a bunch of like-minded people, being gifted and empathic, I think it's hard for a lot of people to be like, how can you handle that? Because I wear headphones at the gym. I wear headphones at Walmart. If I go into a public place and I don't have my kids or my husband or anybody with me, then I shut myself off. Like I put headphones in and I do my own thing. Do y'all do the same thing, correct? Mm-hmm. We should explain why, correct?
Yes.
It's so you don't feel and see other people's energy.
As much.
You still, like, sometimes it's like, hey, look at me, I'm over here, I need help, hey.
Right.
But it gives you a little bit of a barrier, right?
Turning down the volume to the outside noise in a sense.
Yes.
Yeah. So, when you go to festivals, we don't do that. Mm-hmm. You go to concerts, you don't do that. When you go to sporting events, it's the same thing, you don't do that. Mm-hmm. And it's an amazing thing because you feel the reason Morgan and I started talking about this is my husband had never been to anything above a middle school basketball game, which is really insane. He is a sports fanatic. His football's his baby, but like all sports, even the pandemic, he watched bowling. Okay. Which just drove me crazy. But all sports, all the sports. And I told Morgan, I said, I don't understand how he'd never been. Because we both went to the same college here in East Tennessee State University. And because we were students, we got free tickets when we were in college. And granted, we were at college at different times, but whatever. I went to every one I could because I'm not a huge basketball fan. Like, I know who players are. I know what the game is about. I know how to play the game. But I'm not like, if I had to pick football, basketball, baseball, hockey, it would be football, hockey, baseball, basketball. Does that make sense? Okay. Anyways, so we were just talking about the importance of getting this out. I think one of the reasons it's so important to be around like-minded people. Like I said, my husband had never been to a basketball game. I had a blast. I was staying up. I was like, wow, screaming. And ETSU beat Furman, which is really good because anyways, nevertheless, I had a blast. And I think I know it's because you can feel it. You can feel the excitement and things like that. And it is a very personal experience for each person there. Just like going to the gym is a very personal experience. But when you go to the gym, what do?
Close off.
Close off and you work on you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So even though you're like busting your ass, lifting weights, treadmill, whatever, you're internalizing yourself and you're thinking about yourself. Right? So you can feel those vibes.
It's an inward experience.
Exactly. The same with shopping, grocery shopping, regular shopping. It is an experience. It's inward. You're thinking about what you have to prepare for the week, how much money you have, can you afford this? It's a very straining place. For gifted people, that's too much. It is the complete opposite. It's not people, it's where their people brain is.
It's so strong, the stuff around us, that we can't focus on ourselves. That
Exactly.
we start worrying about other people's issues. Because we are gifted, we are able to feel people's energies and see the things that maybe they're going through or what we've talked about attachments on this show.
Yeah.
And sometimes we can physically see those attachments. So it pulls us out of what we need to do. We are trying to walk on a treadmill or lift weights or grocery shop, all those things that you're saying, it's an inward experience. We can't focus on those when there are 20 people around us spitting off all their energy.
Yeah. So here's something I really started to notice more so recently than I think ever before in my life. If I go to the grocery store and I don't do Walmart pickup or whatever, if I go to the grocery store on my own and I have headphones in, I get what I go for.
You can get your shit done.
If a child is with me and I don't have headphones in, I forget 1 to 4 to 5 items.
Yep.
It's not the kid.
Right.
Because I'm aware of their energy. It's the store. Now, my mother hated Walmart in general because she said they put oxygen in there. Okay. The lights kill me. But it's not just Walmart. I'm talking any grocery store. Sometimes, like, there's a locally owned grocery store around here called Food City, and I loathe that place. Like, I would rather drink my own pee than go there. I mean, and it's not because of anything other than the prices are crazy high. And the caliber of people that are there is hard. I've taken y'all there.
Yep.
It's insane. The same 2 miles up the same road is another locally Ingles, and it's totally different vibe.
It is. I will say, until I understood how energy works and how other people's energy can affect me, I used to go to Walmart and freak out. And I, yes, I thought about maybe it was the oxygen, maybe it was the lighting, maybe it was all those things. But now I can go to Walmart and I'm perfectly okay. I put in my headphones and I get what I need to do. If for some reason there's somebody that stops and talks to me, it's okay. But I'm there and I'm in sync with myself and I know how to understand my own energy and how other people's energy can affect me. So I just go and I protect myself and I'm able to get what I need to do and get out and not have a panic attack every time I go to Walmart now.
That's interesting because I've known
Yeah.
this my whole life. So it's interesting to see it as somebody who's like, I didn't realize that I'm gifted and what I'm picking up is other people's stuff, that you probably blamed yourself for it. Like, oh my gosh, I have so much anxiety and I'm an issue and why can't I even go to fucking Walmart?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And that happens a lot. So I have people come to me and be like, so-and-so, and I'm sure your husband was like, she can't even go to Walmart.
Yeah, no.
Especially, I have people come to me that'll be like, I can't go to the grocery store and I can't do this. And I'm like, have you ever thought about putting headphones in? They're like, why? I'm like, Do you listen to a podcast? Let me tell you about a great one. What I do, I don't listen to podcasts. I know this sounds crazy, but like we posted a question this week, Watchful Wednesday.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. What are you watching? And I posted 3 different things, and I know people are like, how is this hoe watching stuff all the time? I don't watch it as much as I listen to it. I put my headphones in my purse if I'm around the grocery store, Walmart. If I'm cleaning the house, I have something on. You know, if I'm cooking, I have something on. Because if I don't, my brain is... Which I know people are like, that's ADHD. It is, but I can also feel other people's ADHD, and I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is a big difference though, because I listen to meditation music when I go when I'm grocery shopping or when I go out, and sometimes I put on meditation music to work. But there's a big difference between me being at home and getting work done and going out. And I can put on headphones at both points, but I realize that they really help more when I'm out doing things that there are other people around that I don't know. And depending on what's going on in their lives, it could be affecting them in certain ways, which affects me in certain ways. So there is a big difference. But for me, it's the meditation music has really helped just put my mind in a place where I can focus on what I need to do. And I don't like the white noise. Like, I can't really do white noise.
This is what I think is so funny is that you put it on because you can actually listen to it and you focus to it. You put on a TV or a podcast or whatever you put on. And you, Danielle, put on meditation music. And then I put on old episodes of podcasts that I've already listened to. And I don't listen to them. It just filters out the energy. So it's like white noise for me. So it's like you actually watch something, you listen to meditation music, which is white noise sometimes. And I make my TV into white noise.
Yeah, it is. But what's really interesting is I started out doing both of those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then it got to where it wasn't a big enough barrier for me. Okay. So I had to I'm going into the store and putting headphones in. What am I going to watch? So at first I had to start out watching things that I wanted to see.
You have to make it intentional that I'm going to focus on this while I'm
because
shopping.
I did start out with meditation music years ago. And then...
It got boring.
It wasn't that it got boring. I knew it. I could handle it.
Your brain was too used to it at that point, so you had to switch out.
It's important. I mean, some days I'll go in and it's just death metal that I listen to. Mm-hmm. What I really want Apple Music to do, and I say that because I have an Apple Music subscription, but if Spotify did it, I would do it as well. When I was growing up, they had video, heavy metal music, but it was all videos. Mm-hmm. The reason I think the visual is important, is because if I'm in a store and something or someone has made eye contact with me and I feel them coming, I can look away and pick my phone up and act like I'm watching it. Mm-hmm. So that's why I have 2 now. It's my extra little buffer.
Now, just to play devil's advocate, or not, I guess that's not the right thing, but I'm sure our listeners are like, you listen to heavy death metal music?
Yes, all the time.
What? How could you?
It's one of my favorite. It calms me down faster than that. And there's a Lil Wayne song. If I'm having a really horrible anxiety attack, because people are like, I don't have anxiety. Yeah, well, what do you do? But yeah, when I have, if I'm having a panic attack, anxiety, I'm overthinking things, there's 2 songs that I go to. But yeah, one of them is heavy metal, one's Lil Wayne.
Why is that?
Because of the tones. Because, and it's the same with going to music festivals. Mm-hmm. And if you notice, when you go to a football game, NFL, high school, college, you go to a basketball game, NBA, high school, college, any level, MLB, whatever, right? Hockey. They play music that the majority of the world likes.
That's true.
They don't play stuff that you're like, what? Nobody likes this crap. They play music. So there's different tones. I am a sound therapist. And there's different tones. Morgan and I really enjoy what I call the daddy hum. It's theta wave sound in death metal. It's a low... There's a band called The Who, not The Who with Pete Townsend, that Who, but it's The Who. I'm not going to spell it right.
H-U.
H-U, yeah.
It's Mongolian.
Mongolian death metal. And it is, I could put it on and go to sleep. It's amazing.
Interesting.
I love it.
But it's not, most people will be like, you can listen to that crap. It's not even in English, a lot of it.
It's not because of the words or what they're saying. It's because of the tone that comes with the music.
It's very healing.
Interesting, because I know that we talk about different like hertz and you know what, like the sound therapy bed that we work on people with, it has to be at a certain hertz range, correct?
The sound does.
Okay, in order to
So there's just different sound waves, and we talk about different waves. There's theta, beta, and alpha. There's a lot more, but those are the main ones that most people focus on.
and they help put people into
Different mindsets.
right,
Yeah.
which I don't think people understand enough.
Well, so modern music in America does not. Most of them don't hit those. And I've been to Bonnaroo. I think most people know what Bonnaroo is. A pretty big music festival, and very like jam bandy hippie music has a lot of different sound waves in it. Death metal does too, and I think that's hard for people to grasp, but it really, really does. So, sorry, I got like a frog in my throat or something. But you have these different ones, but what poppy music does not have it. So it's kind of hard. Now, other cultures have it. So the music's important. But if, let's say you have, what would you say is a decent 5,000? I'm trying to think of what Chapel Roan and Lollapalooza show is like 200,000 or something. But let's say you have 5,000 people in a field listening to one band, right? And it's a death metal band. I wish I could think of the name of that one where the guy goes, row, row, row. He's my favorite. But they all, and it's all that, what I call that daddy hum, it's actually important for children to have that.
Like a deep.
It's a deep, low, steady, it's almost a monotone, but it can change the chemicals in your brain. Like it helps form wonderful neuropaths. I sound like a goofball, but once you feel it, a didgeridoo. Do you know what a didgeridoo is? Same thing.
Yeah. Wow.
The deepness of a didgeridoo.
My goodness.
It changes everything.
So being gifted and going to festivals and conventions and all of that, would you say that part of the reason we function well in that setting is because the music that's played is something that everyone there collectively enjoys, and putting everybody on the same level in terms of the energy and bringing up the energy and the vibration based on the music helps to not allow, maybe other energy that would influence our lives?
I'm sure that you've been to festivals, Morgan, and you see a couple fight. You can feel it before you see it.
Oh, yeah.
That's just part of life. But it's a collective, all in tune for one. And if there is an asshole there, the crowd makes sure that this asshole get him out.
And what's crazy is that, like, it's the same. It doesn't matter if you're going to a reggae festival or a death metal festival or a country festival. Yes, the crowds are all different. Country people are usually kind of assholes, and you would think that more.
Believe it or not, and I don't want to upset anybody, but I've been to a lot of country, death metal, hippie festivals, bluegrass festivals, and reggae festivals, and I have a ranking.
Yeah, go ahead, because
so it goes country,
Yep,
reggae,
yep,
because there's always White Rosses trying to push something. Hippie, death metal,
yep.
bluegrass.
Ooh, bluegrass. Yeah, actually, I have been to a bluegrass festival, and I would rank those exactly like that too. And I think it's just so fascinating because, like, I've been in like mosh pits and everything, and there's people. They've got children going and crowd surfing. I actually was at a concert and they lifted up a person in a wheelchair and crowd surfed them. Wow. And you just find so much community. Yes. Like so much connection and it's amazing. So I don't know how to answer your question as far as like what that is, but it's intense.
It is a like-mindedness.
Yeah.
So God's word talks about like when we come together, do not forsake the covenant. Don't forsake being around like-minded. Which I do want to talk about that in another episode about the importance of being around or talking to on a regular basis people that have the same ideals, thoughts, and beliefs as you. And if you can't find that, holler at us. We can help you. But anyways, the like-mindedness, it's you need that. It's like endorphins on a different level. You feel it. You can feel it through a crowd. But it's like I said, it's not just a music thing. It is football. It is basketball. It does get better as the crowd as they get older. Like it is harder for elementary, middle schoolers. But like my boys played middle school football, it was pretty elite. But we didn't have crazy parents from the other team like, your kid, like it was.
That's true.
In elementary, it was that way. Like, you don't know how many times I had to compose. You're classy. You're not trashy. Do not throw a bag of popcorn at their face. Whatever. But like, I mean, professional sports arenas and games, they have people getting fights. Like my husband last night was telling y'all about like it was rough that we went to a playoff game and it was insane. You have stuff like that, but at the same time, there's such a collectiveness between people that usually the good overcomes the bad. And I think that's the underlining meaning to it is in a group like that. And I think this is so important for people here nowadays. In a group like I love a lot of people with all different ideas, religions, thoughts, sexual orientations, all that. There's still a common goodness there. But can I tell you guys about my husband creating his own space and vibe at the gym?
Oh my God.
Please
yes,
do.
Please do.
So my husband goes to the gym without earpods, headphones. I don't get it. Okay. We've even bought him, like he wanted like big ones like the Beats or whatever. We bought him a pair. They weren't Beats just to see if he liked them. And he's like, I can't do it. He's got we've got tons of earpods at the house. He just won't use it. He'd rather not. I don't understand that. But at the same time, he can be sitting beside me, and he is partially deaf, but only to certain pitches, which my voice doesn't qualify there. And I could be like, blah, 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 and he could be like, would you say something? He has the ability to tune things out. I wish I was that capable of tuning things out. Anyways, when he goes to the gym, if he gets really crowded with people, he just starts farting.
He just creates his own
He
little
keeps
bubble.
his own space and his own vibe. And then he comes up and tells me, which a lot of women are like, oh my God, I want him to do this. This is great. Because it keeps the gym rat girls away.
Make sure he has his space.
Yes.
Yes.
He's like, I think I'm scared one. He said, because most people at the gym have headphones in, so they don't hear it, but they smell it.
That's hysterical, honestly.
But he keeps, and I'm happy for him.
It's like a defense mechanism.
It is
Yeah.
like a stink bug.
Yes.
Which is pretty great.
I love it.
I do too. What I want to know, what do you all, our listeners, if you do anything, what are some things that you guys do to create your own feeling the vibe? Like, what is it that keeps you going? I mean, here's some other things for me. Even if I'm going to the grocery store, I have something to drink with me almost always. I always have something in my purse to eat, whether it's a pack of gummies or protein bar. Sometimes it's grapes. And I do that because if I need it, it's there, right? If my kids need it, it's there. What are some things, do you all do any little things other than just the headphone trick? When we go out in public, and I'm not saying a festival or a sporting event, when you go out in public, what are some things that you guys do to help make you feel the vibes that you want to continue to put out in the world and that you have in your home? Oh, essential oils. I will either wear anointing oil or frankincense and myrrh. What about you ladies?
I was going to say definitely the oil. I anoint myself before I go out. I make sure that I have my silver jewelry on. I feel like that just helps because there have been certain instances where I've been in a situation and someone will take my hand, or there's just, I've noticed that people can take energy in different ways, right? So I've always put my jewelry on, and I always know that in my back pocket I have the phone a friend method. And if there are people that I need to call on, whether it be my husband or you ladies or my mom or whatever it is, if I need to get out of a situation where I'm feeling uncomfortable, I can pick up the phone and call. And being a real estate agent, that actually really helps because a lot of people think that I'm on my phone naturally talking to clients anyway. So that for me has been a lifesaver for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. With like you or something to drink, I have a water bottle that has like all my stickers on it. My best friend calls it my emotional support water bottle because she knows I have to have my water bottle with me everywhere I go. Also a notebook. Like I am super plan ahead for everything. So if I don't have a notebook, then I'm like, I don't like using my phone for notes usually. So I don't like not having my notebook on me. I'm always like, I need the tactile act of writing keeps it in my brain. So I don't actually need to look back at my notes usually. Just the act of writing puts it in my brain. So if I don't have that, it feels like I'm going to forget something. So I always feel like I'm going to forget something if I don't have my notebook.
Love that.
So, do you all notice it smells? Because I don't know if y'all know like the research with smell and the sense memory and all that. It's really
Olfactory.
yeah, it's so crazy. But the smells for me is a big one. Like if I can't because I drive a minivan and I have 5 kids and 4 of them are teenage boys. They'll get smells in that van sometime, and I'll be like, "Does anybody smell socks?"
So
You know, I smell fish sticks that have been raw. You know, like it gets pretty intense. So smell's a big one for me, and I want to make sure, like when I go in places, I have like I'm not smelling that place, I'm smelling me. So that's always a big one for me too, to kind of bring me down to being grounded a little bit.
That's smart.
Yeah.
I also carry one of those the stones that you can, what are they
Worry
called?
stone.
Yeah, the worry stones that I can just like do something with my hands if I need to and like focus my attention on something else. I have rocks from Roan Mountain that I have in my car console. So if I need to take them out, I have those with me too.
The
So
OG fidget spinner.
yes,
Yeah.
and shells from the ocean. I always keep a little pup cup Starbucks container
saw
full
that
of
in your car
full
today.
of shells from the beach because it just helps ground me and then I put on my sounds of the ocean. So yeah, that helps.
And you drive like that?
I do drive like that. It's
Jesus, I'm surprised I would be like, it'd be over.
it helps with the 6-hour drives for sure. But I don't. Yeah, I'm a whole different time over here.
Yeah.
I'd love to know if anybody else does that.
Same.
Yes.
So let us know, guys. Like, subscribe, comment. Please let us know what you think about this. Let us know if you like to go into place bringing your vibe, or if you just like to feel everybody else's vibe. Because I do know people that like to go out and just feel everybody's energy, and that's a lot for me. But that's cool. Do your own thing. You can find us on Facebook at Some Say I'm Gifted. You can email us at somesayimgifted@gmail.com. You can also find me on Facebook at Tessaray McKittrick. That's TESSARAI MCKITRICK. And you can find me on X, which I don't know if you ladies have noticed, but I posted a cute one today.
I still have to download it, but
It was really cute. It says, if being who I am burns bridges, I have matches. So anyways, love you guys. Please let us know what you think about this, and I hope to talk to you soon.
love y'all.
Love you.